I've been dating this girl for 9 years, and the past couple months have been rocky. We've kind of been on this roller coaster the past few months where I'm not really happy and she's not really happy. We recently talked about it and cleared the air with us trying to work things out. The conversation was pretty bad, but it was never terrible where I felt we were no longer going to be together or I lost hope. I truly did love this girl and thought we would both put in effort to try to better our relationship and settle down. We had booked a 2-week vacation overseas together, and we were super excited. The first day was really nice, but I felt a bit distant. She wouldn't show affection and was a bit dodgy with her phone. She was also being a bit meaner than usual, which I found annoying since we just talked about these sorts of things. I got a sense something was wrong. I tried my hardest to not snoop, but my gut told me something was off. She went to shower and seemed super suspicious when I asked to see her phone. After a bit of distracting, I managed to see her phone, and oddly enough, a lot of her socials were signed out. I signed back in and my heart sank. She had been talking with a coworker she met 2 weeks ago. She was flirting with him and sending pictures while we were on vacation. I confronted her, and not once did she show regret or remorse. She was cold, blamed me, and barely said anything. I did most of the talking, and she really didn't seem to care. I would have assumed she asked for forgiveness, or at least try to fight for the relationship, but her apology was more so apologizing she got caught. She kept saying things like, "I'm sorry you had to find out this way," and "I don't want to hurt you anymore," etc. I gave her an ultimatum thinking she would pick me, but she hesitated and kept saying she feels a connection with him that I would never understand. She knew him for 2 weeks. She said she needed time to think. She was practically picking between me and him like the fucking Hannah Montana movie. I realized this and just broke up with her. I was a dumbass for even giving her the ultimatum. How could people do something so cruel? It doesn't make any sense to me. Thankful I found out something was going on, but in disbelief, she would do something like that. Update day 1. Thanks for all the advice, you guys. We left Rome. I ended up numbing up and just ignoring all her attempts to apologize. Deep down, I wish her nothing but the best, but then I also wish her world comes crumbling down. Update day 2. I saw an IG post of her out and about getting drunk with her friends and fam. The guy she was talking to was also there, so I figure they must have done something after the party. Lost her self-respect. Also, I have found out she is telling her friends and fam she's the victim in all this. I want to reach out and tell them she cheated. She doesn't deserve to be the victim. Update week 1. I'm struggling with the new reality. I have taken a step back and realized that I played a part in the issues in the relationship and I could have been a better boyfriend. But that does not justify her actions.
Im accepting im not perfect.
But just because I'm not perfect does not mean I cannot be better. I started therapy, going to the gym, reconnecting with friends, and removing myself from social media in hopes to create new routine where my mind can flourish. Update month 1. It's been rough. Really rough. But I am more accepting of the reality of it. We met up one day to give each other our belongings. Speaking with her, I found out a few things. Within a week, she was already dating him and had made out with him multiple times. One moment she will tell me she loves me and misses me, and the next she is telling me she wants nothing to do with me. She's confused, vulnerable, and emotional. I realize now, more than ever, that I have dodged a bullet. Her actions after the breakup show a character I had no idea I was dating, and I am glad I realize this now. From the discussion we had, I realize she does not understand the situation we are in now and has not given the 8 years thought. She speaks as if she wants to close this chapter of her book ASAP and move on to the next one. Although she says she is taking time to grieve and understand the breakup, her actions prove otherwise. I feel for her, because she's being taken advantage of, and sooner or later pain, sadness, and grief will catch up to her. I am also confused. I blame myself sometimes and think what I could have done differently, but in reality she crossed boundaries I cannot forgive. Update month 2. It's been a roller coaster of emotions, but am more at peace with myself. She texted me a long message hoping I'm doing okay, and in a sense cheering me on. Made no sense to me and seemed borderline insensitive. I replied and told her she's crossing boundaries by texting me these things, and told her the narrative she tells herself is all fucked. The thought of ever getting back together with her seems extremely distant, as it would require her to do the heavy lifting and she seems so lost in all of it that I don't see her being capable of pulling herself out of her delusions. I'm also realizing that deep down she was not wife/mother material. I realize I was willing to prioritize her and the relationship to settle down, but I don't think she would ever be capable of prioritizing anyone else but herself. I realize that having a family with her would be nothing but problems. From what she has mentioned after the breakup, she views making compromises as losing herself. So ultimately, I don't think this type of mentality works long term. I still care for her, but geez, she needs a reality check about the real world. Update month 2.5. Went on a vacation to Europe for a week. Realized I don't need her to be happy. Days are getting easier. Confidence is getting back up. Kinda in a better headspace. Still not healed, but way better than before. For the first time in a long time, I have an idea where I'm headed and it doesn't involve her. This brings me peace. Looking forward to share intimate moments with someone else and finally settle down. I was previously overly controlling of my decisions, worried a lot, planned everything to an extreme, and was afraid of commitment. This all has now changed and I am letting life take me where it needs to. Another odd thing I noticed was my anxiety I have been dealing with for 4 to 5 years is completely gone. Not sure why, but just something odd I noticed. Started gymming, going to church, traveling, hiking again, doing photography, dressing better, and going to therapy to learn about myself. All these small wins add up into larger progress. Update month 3.5. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. Started kickboxing, rock climbing, and still on the daily gym grind. This new grind shot my confidence up. There are days I think about her, but I no longer feel really sad. I sometimes come across old photos, but don't get down about it. I allow the thoughts to come and go. Early on in the breakup, I did everything possible to accept the feelings and deal with it on my own. I feel like this helped me speed up the process. I started to make new female friends and don't feel bad about it. I met a few girls that talk about their future the way I wish my ex did. They talk about having kids, being a mother, and in general say things that show a sense of maturity/discipline my ex never had. This changed my perspective and got me excited to date again. I am at a point where I miss the girl I dated for 8-ish years and our trips together, but this new girl that cheated and thinks is the victim I want nothing to do with. Update month 5. It does get better. Time has been flying, and I have adjusted to being alone. I am in the best shape I have been in 10 years and love my new routine. I have gotten close to a lot of new friends and have gotten rid of old ones that did not improve my life. I have more good days than bad days, and I no longer really care what she's up to. I used to be concerned for her and her decisions, but I realized at her core she is a selfish person and has too much pride to accept the reality of who she. I do not need someone like that in my life. I have done everything you are supposed to do after a breakup and truly believe I have become someone new. I started dating and feel confident in who I am and what I deserve from a partner. Hard days do come and go, but they no longer stop me from achieving my goals. Update month 6. Time heals all wounds. So far have adjusted to this new life and excited for the future.
I'm no longer sad.
I'm just living life. How else to explain it besides? I am chillin'. She is now just a memory. My biggest fear of us one day being strangers came true, and it's not that bad. I'm sad because of my delusion of who I though she was shattered by the truth of who she actually is.